Clive.
Live with Clive.
Hollywood's got nothing on Ron, bud.
Live with Clive here. Holy shit, we got Clive Standen. I mean, this is unbelievable. I watched the Vikings like a few times. Did you watch it?
I did. I have. Yeah.
So tell us what you've been doing.
Rolo.
What have you been doing?
What I've been doing, I've been the whole of the end of last year and the beginning of this year, I've been traveling a lot. I did a travel show, Clive Standen's Best Kept Secrets.
Yeah, tell us
Arabia.
about that because we were looking it up.
Yeah, I did it for Discovery Plus. Season 1, we do the Middle East. So we went to Abu Dhabi, Saudi Arabia, a place called Alula in Saudi Arabia, Bahrain, the island of Bahrain, which is beautiful, and what do I have? And Oman, but the south of Oman in the Doha region, which has not really been done. So I was trying to choose places that haven't really been done on big travel shows, but still kind of actually show there's so much to do there. So that was a lot of fun. A lot of experimenting and
Like,
climbing.
what was the coolest thing you did? I mean, what was give me something.
Well, like being in the middle of the desert with a Bedouin and eating a lamb that's been under the sand for like hours and hours and hours, buried under the sand, and then making fresh coffee and smoking tobacco in the middle of the desert, and riding camels, but with the Bedouin. So that's it's like doing it and going native. It was amazing.
Did you ever ride an elephant?
Didn't ride an elephant. You don't get elephants in the Middle East, but camels.
I don't know if you know.
Good try, Ron.
Greg. No, Greg. I don't know if you know.
Different continent, actually.
Well, if we get Kush on, we'll tell you a story. His brother, or whatever they got, family, whatever they are, he got on an elephant.
India and
India.
Middle East, two different
India.
places.
They were in India, and he got on an elephant, and the other ones rode on a camel, and his one cousin, whoever it was, fell off the elephant and broke his leg. So I was just sitting no. So I didn't know they still.
Yeah.
Well, where are elephants? They're everywhere, aren't they? I thought I saw one in my backyard.
I mean, they're at the circus.
And the zoo.
Did you ever do Amazon?
Well, the Amazon rainforest.
Yeah, have you ever done that?
No, I haven't actually. I've been to Brazil twice, Sao Paulo and Rio, but I've not done the Amazon rainforest, and it's on my bucket list. That's what if I do a season 2 of that show, I'm hoping to go over to Central America. So I want to really, because I've just got back from Nicaragua, and it's incredible with the lakes and volcanoes and things. So what I'd plan to do is Guatemala, Nicaragua, Costa Rica, and El Salvador. That would be season 2 if I can get out of the.
Chang P is, I think, Costa Rica, Honduras, El Salvador, Nicaragua, Panama.
Panama, yeah.
There's a.
So, have you ever watched Fear Factor, Clive?
I've not. I know of it though, but I've never watched it.
What's the most exotic item you've ever eaten, as far as a spider or an ant or a roach? What have you eaten?
I was about to say that's the one thing. Like I get on board with the Bear Grylls thing. Like I would love to kind of go and do one of those Bear Grylls shows with him, but that's the one bit that I think would freak me out. I'm not scared of eating that. I'm just like, why? Why on earth would I want to do something?
If I have a choice, why would I?
So have you ever eaten like, I mean anything like? I mean, I remember going.
A goat's eye.
Okay.
And
That's
tongue.
pretty
gross.
A goat's tongue. Yeah,
That's pretty gross.
That's pretty gross.
Frog legs. Have you eaten that,
I
Greg?
make frog's legs.
I
I mean,
grew up
we're
in
just
Kansas. That's a delicacy.
yeah, and I'm British, so I'm just across the coast from France. Anyway, so frog's legs and snails are a staple from the age of 11.
But you never were on these shows that said, "Hey, you got to eat a scorpion" or anything.
I think I could do
Good
a
idea,
scorpion,
though, Ron.
a crunchy scorpion.
Babe, Greg, we should do it here
Yeah.
on the show.
Yeah.
I'll have you eat like a
No.
You would? If I had 5 ants right now
No.
and I put it in your mouth, would you eat them?
No. I mean, it'd have to be 6 figures
6 figures.
payoff before I would do that. Yeah.
Remember when Denny offered me?
Maybe
would you
high
do this, Clive? Well, they offered me. Well, in the canal. Have you ever been to Bahamas?
No.
Nassau. Well, they offered me to go in the canal for $100,000 and float there for 9 hours.
9 hours.
And I'm like, don't you
But
think?
I thought you had to spend the night out there. It was a nighttime.
Well, that was there, and then in Lake Norman, I
Yeah.
could be out there 9 hours.
Yeah, and it was like from sundown until sunup.
Would you would do that, right, Clive?
Yeah, it'd be a challenge.
Clive would.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would.
Would you do it
No.
for $50,000?
Is there sharks out there?
No,
Not Lake Norman.
prawn snakes.
Yeah.
Oh no, they don't.
I mean, yeah, I would probably do it for.
I would do it for 50 for sure.
I don't know.
one
I didn't want to do it. I mean,
As long as
what-
I had a life jacket, flare or something if a boat's gonna hit me in the head.
Right. So, Clive, what about we did a movie called Vendetta? Tell us, because now that you're here live with me.
How long have we been on now? I thought the over/under when he was going to mention Vendetta was like 10 minutes. I think we went under.
We're at minute 6.
I think we went under, Clive. It was under 10.
Tell us about that experience.
Well, yeah, I mean, that was fun. So I did this movie, Vendetta, with Bruce Willis. I was talking to Greg on the way down here. I don't realize I'm the only person to ever kill Bruce Willis on screen, which I'll take. So Ron came down to visit me on set, and we managed to get him in the movie, which was a lot of fun. He got to be one of Bruce Willis's loyal patrons of the strip club that he owned.
We call them ballets.
The biggest thing I saw. Well, first thing, Clive, I made sure the night before we got ready for the show. That was important. I think
Did you go to the ballet to get ready for a little research?
I did a few shots of tequila. In this town, we were at the Four Seasons, where we were at. There wasn't that many people there, but it was a good time. And then we went down. And what amazed me, I think, is the production of a movie and how it works, and how all the people, whether it's the wardrobe people, or even now looking at how the gun was shot. Because what's his name that
Alex Baldwin.
What really happens there? Because you don't check your gun. I didn't see anybody checking them.
Yeah, they do. I mean, the first AD always comes in, will show that the gun is empty, it's not loaded, and there's no magazine in it, and then we'll put the magazine back in, and then hand it to the actor, and the actor's not meant to point at anyone until action. And so there are protocols. I mean, when I did Taken, for instance, there's a lot of guns on set every day. We have a fire marshal who has all the guns locked up in the cabinet, and you have to unlock it. And there's a whole protocol. So for something to go wrong, it's.
What was the name of that movie?
Rust.
Yeah.
But then again, I suppose it's different because they're cowboy guns, right? They're 6-shooters. So it's not like there's a magazine and you can check them in. But I don't really know what went on with that. But it's something to do with they were going off and firing cowboy guns at the weekend with real bullets, at targets, and then these same guns were getting used on set with blanks, and blanks got mixed up with.
Yeah, I think a very different type set to where everything was pretty free and open.
But the blanks you have on your gun, whatever you call it, I don't know what you call those guns, but the guns you had, you said every once in a while the pellets come out or something, right?
No, so things have changed now as well. You're more likely on a set to find an airsoft gun, but it's just got gas in it, so it doesn't fire anything, and even if it did, it's just a little pellet. But there's no reason to put anything in those. It's just to get that kind of the kickback of the gun, because that's what the gas does. And even now, there is, I mean, with visual effects and things, there's, sometimes you can. I've done stunts in Taken where it's so dangerous, the hand-to-hand combat, that you don't want a metal gun because it can just knock someone out. So they give you a rubber gun. And also because if the gun gets thrown across the room, you don't want to break it. So they'll more than likely have a rubber gun. I've done shots where the action so quickly that you fire that rubber gun and the visual effect has the muzzle flare. And you have no idea that it was rubber. So there is no reason to actually have any bullets on set, at all anymore, especially after what happened in Rust.
But I do think that you were saying too. I think when I was next to where they had the guns, and you said every once in a while a pellet would come out, right, and hit you.
Oh no, but that's just because the airsoft. So you want obviously the recoil of the empty bullet that comes out as well. So when you bam bam bam, you want to see the bullets flying out. So that's what comes. And it's obviously those proper blank firing guns. It's still hot gas, and it ejects it just like a real gun. But those guns, the actual front is covered up. There's no way anything could fire out of those.
What about would you ever want to? Because you produce a movie. It seems like you know a lot about the movie scene, or would you ever want to do that? I'm
doing it now, actually. I've got a couple of things that I'm producing. I'm producing 1001 Arabian Nights. I'm trying to get that off the ground with my old Vikings producer, Alan Gazma, who was the one responsible for bringing Vikings to the screen. And I've started writing. So I've written a couple of things, and I've written this really cool thing about polar bears, which I'm
excited about that one.
Yeah. I mean, I
you
can't
really
believe
are,
Yeah, he showed me all kind of.
Yeah, the script is finished, and I've just started kind of like sending it in now and trying to. Next steps is up, but it's a survival thriller about a small remote town in the Yukon, and there's a big whiteout storm, and no one can leave, no one can come in, and this giant polar bear starts coming, savaging people and hunting with extreme intelligence. So yeah, I just can't believe that we've had Jaws, we've had what's a cocaine bear, we've had all these kind of creature faces, but no one's ever done a movie about the polar bear, and the polar bear is the biggest.
The hunter of humans.
It's the most fierce apex predator that the one hunts on land and sea. It has diachromatic vision, which means it can see through blues and yellows and things. So through the storms and things, it can really kind of make out, its prey, and it's also got this special membrane on its eyes, so when it goes underwater, it sees like a fish. It can see perfectly underwater. So it is the perfect killing machine. No one's done a movie on it, so I thought I'd do one.
I think Craig would be good in that as an extra in that movie.
I'll
for
be a
sure.
victim. Yeah,
Yes.
I'll be getting eaten.
Yeah, and I could be there in my whatever in my chair, and he can come and grab me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we'll both be in it.
Yeah,
I'm Then one thing I did learn, too, as well with Jen. I wish Jen was here that day, but I think it's amazing that you know all the lines, like how you learn the lines. And Jen we knew the lines. I'd say, "How are you?" and then he'd say, "Great," and you would have to say the line. Now, how hard is that? Did you ever like?
He was doing it today in the house.
Yeah, I did. It was staying with Greg, so I had to knock out a
You
little
did
audition
it?
for something.
No, I
last
didn't do
night.
it, but him and Lucy, yeah.
But it's always that thing. Is that I love acting. I love every part of the process. I love the research. I love getting into the character. And I think maybe when you've got the role, the line learning is not so bad. But I mean, even like on Taken, I'd be in every scene. So I would sometimes be filming till 2:00 in the morning, and then I'd be back on set again by 9 in the morning to be makeup and ready to be in the first scene. And rewrites would happen. So they would probably send them in my email at 9:00 at night, and they would send me going, "Look, this is the new scene that we've completely rewritten for tomorrow." But I would only get it at 2 in the morning once I'd finished, doing all the stunts and everything.
Man.
And I'd be like, I guess all you want to do is sleep. I was the bougiest thing I had on Taken was I had my own driver, so I was able to sleep in the back of the car when I finished work. But I wouldn't be. I'd be like, I guess I'm learning these 7 pages for tomorrow, and that's the bit I've always hated it. I wish someone could just get a microchip with all my lines, click it into my head. So Elon, if you're watching
It
Table
won't be
Talk,
long.
give me a line learning
happened to me?
microchip.
What about like? Is there any like? I can imagine me right now because look at me on my phone. But what about? Are there any actors you work with, or like they never know their lines? Like you get irritated.
There's been actors I've worked with where they've literally had to hide boards around the room. To be fair, on Vikings, sometimes they would give us the Old Norse lines at the last minute. We had a professional guy who would translate Old Norse and then Old Franconian. When any spoilers for people who might be watching, I haven't seen Vikings, but I become the Duke of Normandy, so I was a Viking, and then I end up learning to speak French. But it was Franconian, so it was a completely different language. And the guy would, by the time he got to all these scholars to get it all translated, it would sometimes be the day before filming. Ooh. So they would give you like a new language to learn. So sometimes we would have boards hidden, and you'd just be like, you'd be trying to be like, snarare dak, Torakla Nokia, trap and foul, and you'd just be reading these random words.
That'd be hard enough to do in English, let alone another language.
I would be the guy for sure that wouldn't remember. I'd be like, "Oh shit, I forgot the line."
There was one guy. He was brilliant. He was the son of King, the brother of King Aila, and he came in and they gave him this massive Anglo-Saxon speech, this prayer that he was meant to do, and he was so blasé. And we were like, "Haven't you got this big speech to learn?" He was at breakfast before we're filming. He's like, "Nah, I got an idea." And he was like, "There's no way I can learn it all. I'm just going to make a tit of myself." So when he goes in and he just gets his sword, he puts it in front of his mouth, and he just goes. Bibbly bobbly, bibbly bobbly, bibbly bobbly, bibbly bobbly, bibbly bobbly, bibbly bobbly, bibbly bobbly. And gets up, and no one had a clue, and he goes, "I'll do it all in post."
Yeah.
And he just kind of went into, because the sword was right in front of his mouth, he just went in like 2 months later into the ADR studio, additional dialogue recording, and just did the speech, read it from the
Reading it from
page.
paper, right.
Sometimes you got to be smarter and not.
What about like the people in that show? A lot of in the desert, a lot of people get hurt. Did anybody get hurt doing all that crap? I mean,
In Vikings?
Yeah.
All the time. Even the extras. I mean, we had like a real family of extras from season 1 onwards. I mean, it was always my favorite thing. When we came back to Ireland to do another season, they had like an open call for people who just lived in Ireland who had beards and long hair, all the Hells Angels and all the hippies and all the crazies. They were like, "You want to be in Vikings?" And the queue would be in Temple Bar, round the block, just to kind of like show up, take a picture, and whether they could be chosen to be a Viking. But we had our core bunch that were probably, I'd say 60 to 80 guys and girls that were just in from episode 1 of season 1 to like season 6, and they would just you just told them, you give them a sword and get out there, they'd fight each other. We got to the point in massive battles that we'd have the stunt guys, we'd have the main actors, and then we'd have extras out there just hitting each other. And then they were like, once you've killed everybody, just find someone else to kill. And sometimes I'd be in the middle of my hero battle, and like it's a real battle. There's hundreds of people running around. You get extras coming up and just trying to stab me, and I'm like, you can't
Bob
kill
the
me.
plumber come up and kill Clive.
You're like, I'm Rollo, you can't kill me. I don't die in this episode. And this guy's just trying to stab you with a spear.
Wasn't there a scene? I don't interrupt you. But wasn't there a scene like I just remember a wall, and there may be water and like a ladder, and didn't you get hurt? You had to like fall off the ladder. You hurt yourself?
No, I didn't really hurt myself, but it was I woke up in the morning with so it's a siege tower, and I had to go all the way to the top of the siege tower, and there's the soldiers, stunt guys at the top of the tower, and I'm fighting them with my axe. And then what they're meant to do is they push the ladder back, and my character falls off the battlements of the castle, slams into the moat at the bottom into the water. And they wanted it to appear that maybe Rollo was dead, so they wanted me to disappear under the water. And I stupidly wanted to do it myself. So they set up this special crane so when I'm at the top, I'm fighting these guys, and they're like, right, when we say action, you're going to be mid-swing, and then when we say action, we want you to throw yourself back. And then this crane camera is going to follow you all the way down, and we'll do some cool slow-motion shot of you going, and falling 12 feet down into the water, probably more than that. So we did it the first time, so I go in, and I'm fighting away, and I hear, it's not action, but it's like, fall Clive! And I just throw myself back, and I've got no top on, being Berserker Viking. And you kind of, it all happens in slow motion. You kind of, in your head, you're kind of like 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000. Where's the water? Bang! And I slapped my back on the water. I took all the air out of me. Then I try and stay under the water for as long as possible, because I don't know when they're cutting, because you can't hear under the water, and I want to make sure they got it in one. And I remember all the lights are shining on me from inside the water, and I see this shadow come over, and he's a big guy, and it's Franklin Henson, who's our stunt coordinator. And I see him, and I think, well, if there's a shadow there, I can cut out of the water. So I come up, and I see him, and he got his hand out, and I think he's going to pull me out of the water, and and everyone's going to be cheering, you got it in one. And he goes, you got another one in you. And I'm like getting out, and what happened is this crane that follows me down, I leapt back so far that the crane just got a close-up of my crotch. It was like groin cam.
Some of the ladies might have loved that scene if you'd have kept it like that.
Yeah.
So the second time we did it, they were like, okay, Clive, we've got a new one. We've got all of you fighting, so now we just want you to stand still on the edge of the ladder. And then when we say action, we want you just to lean back and fall. So we know exactly where your body is going to fall in the crane, which is terrifying. You ever done those trust exercises when you stand on a table and you fall into like people's hands? Imagine doing that 12 feet up in the air or whatever. It was terrifying. It's way more than 12 feet. What am I talking about? It's like the second story of a house.
After you broke your ribs on the first try,
Yeah,
right?
And that's the thing. I mean, so when I did that was terrifying. But long story short, I woke up the next day because I did it with my top off. It was like a belly flop, a backward belly flop, really. I had purple and then yellow. I was walking around for about a week, with this kind of like horrible bruise.
We found that scene and watched it on the real scene, and it was like, there it is.
I'll have to grab it and throw it in here.
Yeah, you know what episode it is? Probably know.
No, it's season 3 though. So it was the second half of season 3, so probably around, because there was 20 episodes in season 3, so around episode 12 as well.
Yeah.
I'll find it.
How many episodes were there? How many?
Well, we started off, if season 1 was only 9 episodes, because it was the very first show History Channel did, and they were worried that no one would watch scripted shows on History Channel, so they just commissioned 9, and then there was 10 episodes in season 2, and then we went for 20, so we went for 6 seasons. So what's that? 20, 40, 60, 80, 99 episodes.
Wow.
Wow.
We should have 100th episode special.
Yeah, you
shouldn't we?
should.
Yeah.
When they tell you it's over, did you know it was the last show? I mean,
Rollo leaves before the end of the show. I wasn't in season 6. I was going to gut it.
What happened to you?
Well, that's the thing. No one really knows what happened to Rollo. I don't die. So, because I left the show because...
Were you with Lucy? Where was she at the time?
So Lucy was in season 9, and so Lucy was in season 6, and I didn't know. So we met after the show. We met in Germany.
No way. I thought you met at the show.
No, we met in Germany at a Vikings, like a reunion for the fans. So I kind of got off the plane, and I kind of saw all the guys I knew, and then Lucy was part of the season 6 guys, and we all met that weekend in Germany, and And then
Rest is
cut to-
history.
yeah,
Well,
rest
wait,
is
I have
history.
to, Brent and Greg knows, but so Clive came, and Greg always says, if you want to stay anywhere, Greg's the best host ever. So
Good to know.
America's host, America's guest, he's America's host. Well, Clive goes, yeah, what are you doing this weekend? I rented a hut. What, a hut or something in Greenville? No, Asheville.
Asheville.
And tell us about that. Like you drove, like it was like, what was it? Because you were trying to explain it to me.
Oh no, Asheville's just, I love Asheville. Asheville's just full of like great kind of tree houses and cabins and things like that.
I was there
It's great.
yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah, checking it out.
I got this thing where I sometimes I'm a bit of a nomad. I can, I'm right now I'm living in Dallas, Fort Worth. I've lived in Los Angeles and we've lived everywhere. So now I kind of like, where do I want to live? And I kind of have signed on to all these different property kind of like websites. I call it house porn. I wake up in the morning and I get all these kind of different like south of France. And I'm like, maybe I could live there. Maybe I could live in this dilapidated kind of chateau in Tuscany that looks as ruins. And then you go, they're selling it for 100,000 euros.
Right.
But it'll cost, $2 million to do it up. But you're like, maybe in the dream. But I did go through Asheville. I was like, because there's so many crazy like huts and tree houses out there, and you're like, I could live in the middle of the forest. We
Well,
often go to Asheville, but that's the thing. We love hiking. That's the thing. I love just
That's
being
awesome.
outdoors, and we've got a Hungarian Vizsla dog, and it just loves to just be off the lead and kind of go. It's a bird dog, so it loves kind of getting lost in forests and woods and things.
Yeah, I go mountain bike riding up there like one day a week and
Yeah.
just hit different trails and stuff because it's all still new for me.
Is there any stuff in Fort Worth or not?
Fort Worth, it's. I mean, like Texas is flat. That's the thing.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's a bit tough, but it is great. I mean, there's lots of trails and things, and we've got a buddy that's got a cool ranch outside of Fort Worth, and he's got all sorts of wild animals and stuff on there. And that was a lot of fun, kind of like going over acres and acres and getting lost. But yeah, I love it all. I've just got to decide at some point where I'm going to settle down.
Well, I like what you're doing.
Maybe with Charlotte.
Charlotte, Lake Norman.
Yeah, Lake Norman is on the list.
If you could live anywhere, Greg, like besides Charlotte, where would you live? Like, you ever have?
Ocean. I mean, put everything else aside. La Jolla is just insanely beautiful. The weather's perfect. I mean, it's a little enclave of like-minded people, but the state's really not like-minded as I am. But
a disaster.
La Jolla is amazing, and I love the ocean. I think I'd be on an ocean coast somewhere.
But you like
Colorado.
also, you like not Palm, what's it called, not Fort Lauderdale. What's that place? you
Florida.
stay
I
at?
love Florida. West Palm.
Yeah,
Palm
you always
Beach.
stay at that place.
I don't think I'd live there, but there's places in Florida I'd love to live.
Yeah, 4 months out of the year, Florida's
Yeah.
just kind of unbearable.
California's
Yeah.
12 months a year. I mean,
Yeah.
the weather there is just stupid. Kind of like the weather we've had here, 40 degrees in the morning, and then it's 80 and sunny at night. Afternoon, which is perfect.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think you'd have to go somewhere you'd be golfing for sure.
Yeah, and I think I'd like Colorado. I mean, I love Charlotte, man. I don't know if I could leave Lake Norman. I love it here.
Well, your businesses are everywhere, Canada,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So you got to kind of, you're
Yeah,
central.
I don't think I'd live in Canada, but I like going up there. It's great.
Yeah.
I
Banff
told-
is pretty amazing. It's up in Banff, like just outside Calgary. When you go,
You
up to
never
the
have been
Banff.
that far. We go to
Lake Louise.
Montreal. Montreal's beautiful. Oh my God, I love Montreal.
My mom, believe it or not, I think, I'm not sure if I'm telling the story right, but she told me she's going with a friend, and they're taking like a train ride from like
I bet that's great.
Toronto to Vancouver. And I don't know, that'd be kind of
Yeah,
cool.
That'd be
it's
awesome.
epic.
Yeah, there. I didn't know. A lot. We don't really have. I don't think we have anything that goes all the way. Do we have a train that goes all the way across the country? I don't even know.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah.
There's actually some really cool. If you like, Google scenic train rides, there's some great ones, especially in California, Colorado.
Yeah, California,
Alaska.
you can go up the coast, or you can,
Yeah.
up in Northern California and up all the way to Oregon and stuff. Some
that
great
would be
little
You
beautiful.
rides.
mentioned,
Yeah.
mentioned Canada, so I have a business in Indianapolis in Canada, and both of them I tell them, I'm like, yeah, I'll see you guys in spring. I'll go from spring to fall, and fall I'll say, okay, guys, because I ain't gonna mess with winters up there.
No.
You've been up to Canada. I always like watching Greg's story, Clive, when he's in like, he'll be walking the streets of Indianapolis. You really haven't done that in Canada yet.
Oof, there's nowhere to go. And I'm
What's
old
your
enough.
favorite bar in Canada? There's got to be a favorite
Well,
place.
it's the hotel bar. It's the basement of the hotel bar. This pub, in the Best Western. It's fantastic. I love it.
I know.
Shout out to
And
the
what's your
Best
place
Western.
in Indianapolis? What's your
Oh,
place?
Tony's is the best.
Yeah, Tony's. And,
Then I walk back to my hotel, and it's probably about a half-mile walk, and it takes me about 45 minutes because I walk about a mile and a half, so like this.
so Clive, one day he's over here showing me. Oh, there's the Capitol, and there's the.
Oh, it's so beautiful.
It was like, oh, wow.
It's a beautiful city. Downtown.
Greg got a
Indy's
few, I
gorgeous.
think, little cocktails.
Yeah,
that night.
downtown Indy's beautiful, man. And Montreal is beautiful. If you guys ever been to
I
Montreal.
love Montreal, yeah.
Yeah, it's
People there are really nice as well.
So nice. And it's just
How many different countries you been
history.
to, Clive?
That's a good question. I used to have, traveling so much, all my stuff's in storage, but I used to have one of those pin boards of the map of the world, and I used to love just putting one pin in every time I've been somewhere, and it was getting pretty full up. I got to explore, South America more, because I've only ever really been to Brazil. I got to get down there. I want to get to Chile and Argentina, and I really want to get to Bolivia, actually. There's some salt flats there that look incredible. But I've been really lucky. And it's great for me because when I grew up, I grew up in a working class family, and my parents would just go, we were going on holiday, they were really into just going up and down Britain. I've been to everywhere in Britain, and it was always like, oh, let's go to this ruined castle or this cathedral or whatever. When I was a kid, I hated it, but it's kind of really worked out because of all these history dramas I've done. But since I've been an actor, I've been so lucky. I mean, I traveled, to film in all sorts of places around America and South Africa and the Middle East.
Middle East,
and,
right?
Yeah.
So geopolitically, is there any place you don't want to go right now? Of course, but
Or maybe
I'd be
Lebanon or
afraid
something
of-
like that.
I'd be afraid of
I
the
actually
Middle
always wanted to go to Lebanon, but not now.
No,
I think it's kind of not there anymore.
Not a good time.
But I think Middle East right now is scary to travel.
What's that?
I'd be scared
Yeah.
to travel in the Middle East right
But
now.
I've got lots of friends in the Middle East as well. I mean, it is. I mean, these a lot of these missiles are just getting blown up over the sea and things like that. And I think it's kind of more like a fireworks. display out
Wagyu
there.
burger, Greg.
Man,
Just a
you
taste.
know what? Like,
One of those things where you spend so much money on these anti-missile defense systems and things like that, but you never really know if they work
Hey, Ray.
until these kind of situations.
They didn't bring any forks or knives or anything.
think I've got a little finger food.
I'm trying to think. I've never been. I'd like to go to Fiji in those huts or something like that.
Me too.
Fiji. Yeah, good call.
I'd
Fiji
like
would
to
be
go.
amazing.
Like when you see, obviously Instagram, George Charlie go. He went somewhere. He had a good time. Thailand.
Who Charlie did?
Yeah. How he drove around scooters the whole day.
Yeah.
Thailand,
I'd like to go to-
Thailand was the place when I was 14 because I was a Muay Thai boxer.
Oh, yeah.
So I was like training out there on my own with no adults when I was 14 years old. It was a completely different Bangkok back then.
I'm just starting to think of bucket lists. So what is your bucket list?
The bucket list of
Travel.
what things to travel,
Travel.
things to do.
Travel.
Yeah. Well, do you know, at the top of my bucket list is I really would like to go to the Arctic. And even Alaska. I've never been to Alaska, but I'd love to go to the Arctic.
Alaska.
And I'd love to. I'm mad about marine wildlife as well. And one of those, the rarest things to be able to see would be a narwhal. The
Oh,
whale
yeah.
that has the horn and
The unicorn.
the unicorn of the sea. And if I could get up there and see them under the ice, because I scuba dive as well, and it's the one thing. It's one thing that scares me, but it's the one thing that I want to master on my bucket list is ice diving.
Yeah, that's
so
really
to get under the ice and see a narwhal under the ice would be.
Do it while you're young.
Yep, I know. That's what I'm getting on.
Those seem like two perfect places for a polar bear movie, though.
Yeah, there you go.
Now, what about Iceland? Have you been there?
I've been to Iceland. I filmed a documentary in Iceland, actually, which was great because I got to see like the best bits of Iceland, but I didn't get to experience it like a tourist because it was like, now we've done this, get the camera equipment, move on to the next thing. So I was never able to stay in those. It's very weird when you do a documentary sometimes. You get like amazing access to places that many people wouldn't get access to, but you don't really get to enjoy it because you're working on the camera. It's like when we were in Oman, we went to one of the largest sinkholes in the world, and no one even knows it's there. But the thing is, this is a full disclosure. My show is called Best Kept Secrets by Clive Standen, and this best kept secret, unfortunately, I'm telling people that you can go there, but it's on military ground, so no one can actually get to
Secret's
it.
done.
Yeah, so it's a secret, but no one can actually get there. But it was incredible. You like go all the way down to the bottom of this sinkhole. It was like something like Jurassic Park. All these birds are flying over, and the echoes of the different sounds of the birds. There's obviously a water at the bottom of this sinkhole that just goes into nowhere. I mean, your imagination just imagines.
What country?
This is in Oman. But that's the thing. It's like once we got there, I'm like, I want to go down there. I want to go into the sinkhole, see what's in there. And it's the bit of it's like suddenly you feel like you're in the center of the earth or something.
Yeah.
But they're like, no, we got it. We got to get up there. We got somewhere else to be in 2 hours. So as much as it looks great on camera, I don't really get to spend the day there and enjoy it. And that's the one thing.
You said you did Iceland?
Iceland,
Because
yeah.
Northern Lights are my bucket list. I've never seen them.
I mean, you ever been where it's dark all day and then, I mean, where the sun doesn't come up, I guess.
Not quite, but in Iceland, when I was in Iceland, it was dark by 3:30 in the afternoon, and it didn't get light until about 11. So it was like we had a real quick turnaround to kind of film the stuff. And that was the thing, we're talking about the Northern Lights, the guy that was looking after us, his name was Axel, he was amazing. The film crew wanted to get an early night's sleep, and he was like, well, my meteorology kind of app is saying that the Northern Lights are really they're really prominent tonight. And he was like, do you want to go? And I was like, yeah, but this is the great thing about Iceland. In Norway, you'd have to like go to the arse end of nowhere to have any chance of seeing them. He took me to a golf course outside of Reykjavik, which is like 45-minute drive, and then it's freezing cold, and he's like, get out. We're in a minibus, and he's like, get out. And because I wasn't prepared for this, I've literally just got a jumper on, got trainers on. I'm getting out, and it's the most incredible thing I've ever seen. I didn't get to see all the different colors. It was mainly just greens. But I was like getting out of the car, it was freezing. I'm like stamping my feet, just going, looking at this amazing thing. Just get back. He's like, you done? I'm like, no. Warm up in the car, get back out again, look for another 3 or 4 minutes. It was incredible.
Our friend Cara just went to Iceland and took amazing pictures of the Northern Lights. That's my bucket list.
I mean, what about, do you have any conspiracy theories? Because somebody told me on one of the shows that their conspiracy theory is you can go to the North Pole, right? And they told me there's a ladder and you go down to into the middle of the earth, right? I don't know who said that or something like that. So do you have any
a ladder to the middle of the earth? Nothing to do with the middle of the earth being like molten rock.
Right.
That ladder. What was that ladder made out of? It was made
And who first put the ladder there?
I'm not sure if they were drinking that day. I'm just telling you what they said. But do you have any conspiracy theories?
I did not off the top of my head. I mean, I'm sure I do. Nothing that's really bugging me right now. I mean, I still can't figure out how my, we all talk about algorithms and things. I still can't figure out how I sometimes dream or think about things, and my phone just tells me them in the morning. I'm like, how on earth? How on earth? I didn't even tell Greg. I didn't tell anyone, but somehow my brain connected to my phone. But I'm sure it's just it knows everything, doesn't it? It knows where I am, it knows who I'm talking to, it knows everything. And
I've got a lot of conspiracy theories, but we don't have enough time.
That's a whole separate show.
Now, what about when you grew up where then? You grew up in...
So I was born in Northern Ireland in an army camp. My dad was in the army over there, but I mean, from the age of 5, I moved over to England, and I grew up in England.
Did you go to, when you went to school, did they make you a bag lunch, by the way? Did they give you a lunch?
Used to have a hot potato in tin foil in my pocket, and sandwiches. And, yeah.
Did you have a Twinkie or a Suzy Q or anything?
I didn't even know what a Twinkie was until I moved here, and I was so excited to try one, and it was such an anti-climax. I seen it on like Home Alone, all these American films. I was like, I want to try a Twinkie.
Don't tell that to Ron; he'll be very disappointed.
Twinkie is somehow the marketing of a Twinkie to British people. It didn't live up to the hype. Neither does a corn dog either. Corn dog's just dry. Maybe I'm having the wrong kind of corn dog.
What did you eat, Greg? Did your mother make you a little bag? I mean, did we ask you this?
Oh yeah, no, he didn't ask. But yeah, I ate sandwiches every day and chips.
We got peanut butter and jelly, maybe an apple and a Twinkie or a
Suzy Q. Now we're talking about food in America and conspiracy theories. I'd say it's not really a conspiracy theory, but the one thing I've realized, I love America. I live in America before I can, but there used to be a joke. I used to get so much bad rap when I first used to come over to America about British food. People are like, oh, the food in Britain, fish and chips, bangers and mash. I'm like, the food in America is messed up now. Even the good food, you are putting so many chemicals and so many crap in your food. It's like, it's gone whole role reversal now. I'm like, I eat certain foods in here that should have 3 ingredients, and then you look at the back and they've got like 50 ingredients, and then I start getting ill, and I'm like, have I got allergies? Have I got this? And then I go to Europe.
Here, bud.
Yeah, and I go to Europe and I have like the same bread or the same thing, and then I feel great, and I'm like, there's nothing wrong with me.
People say, well, when I was young, I used to eat that. Well, if you look at the ingredients, 40 years ago, it was 5 things, same exact product.
Yeah.
Now it's 50.
Yeah, the food's different now. You can't even compare the two from even 10 years ago, I don't think.
What was your favorite to eat there? The fish and chips, or what did you like?
I do love fish and chips. I said that certain things that I wouldn't send it back, but I'd like when it's food that is like a comfort food. Like, I'm at the age now, it's like, I'm not just going to put anything in my body because I know that's like, I'm not going to eat a crap chocolate cake because it's just calories. I want to know that it's going to be worth it, And fish and chips are one of those things. I love fish and chips, but it has to be great fish and chips. Like, if I'm just going to some bar and they've got fish and chips on the menu, I'm probably not going to touch it. But if I go to like,
it's hard with the breading. Even us, we just don't do it right a lot. Like, you got to really have the right texture, the right everything in it. It's like, I just told them not to make it anymore. It's not worth it because I'm too particular with it.
I think maybe you should bring it back for special occasions.
Well, we
Maybe
do.
that'll be Clive's dish.
Yeah,
Clive's
it's
dish.
not. It's not worth. It's not worth the squeeze. It's just not
Yeah.
worth. Well, if Clive moves to Charlotte,
Well, the British fish and chips, the particular is the chips as well. You got to have chunky chips. That's the thing. Like you'll be all let down if they're like in some American places will be like that. It's not a French fry, but it's
Not
not
this.
quite a chip.
Bigger than
Yeah,
that.
that's
Yeah.
it. You can't beat having fish.
well,
and
we
chips.
have cod. Usually, we use cod, and it's about that big, right?
Yeah.
And then you fry it.
You're
That-
talking about the potatoes.
You're talking about
Yeah,
potatoes.
but big chips.
The
They're
chips,
big,
the
chunky
chip
chips.
side of the fish and chips.
Yeah. I mean, one potato should be able to get like 5 chips out of if you're lucky, you know, not rather than like 20 fries. You don't want to get big chunky chips with your fish.
Yeah.
Loads of salt and vinegar.
I've never seen. I don't. Yeah, I don't. I'm gonna have to look it up. I'm gonna make it for you one day. I'm gonna have Chef make
Do
it.
it.
We'll make it for you. What So what do you guys have planned for the weekend? What do you got?
Well, I've got quite the itinerary planned for Clive and Lucy. We're leaving here. We're boating to up north on the lake, and we're going to go. I've chartered a little wakeboard surfing boat. We're going to do that for a couple hours. Then we're boating over to dinner at a place on the lake.
Leave it at that.
Yeah, and then Hello Sailor for dinner.
Yeah, that's good. It's
Yeah,
nice,
and
good
then we're
spot.
tomorrow. We're going to Luco's flag football game.
Oh wow.
Then we're going to the drag race. The NHRA
Oh.
races are in Charlotte.
Yeah.
And then we're doing dinner somewhere tomorrow night. I forgot where tomorrow night. And then Sunday is chill at the house day. Sunday fun day at the house. We'll grill up some burgers. We're gonna, get on the pontoon. We're gonna swim in the pool. Just hang out at the house on Sunday.
The new paddle boards.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
New paddleboards. You know it. You were there when I bought them.
Yep.
Hey, by the way, if you haven't tried, Uchi's the new spot. If you haven't heard.
Uchis.
Yeah, we got a reservation there, but I don't know if we're gonna go all the way downtown. I've been there already. Took Habul there.
What you think?
It's my favorite restaurant. I mean, so I have to go to Houston quite a bit. I used to a lot, and that's where the original Uchi was in Houston. And it's my favorite restaurant in the country, is Uchi in Houston. We went to the one in Phoenix, wasn't as good. Now that they've ventured around, that one in Houston you worry about really, really primo sushi restaurants having too many, because how many primo fishes? I mean, there's only so many top of the line tunas out there. Anyway, it was really good. I mean,
A
the
lot of
food's
those guys have
amazing.
sub-zero freezers and stuff. I don't know that. I'd really like to see actually how they do it and why they are better, because I definitely think there are some sushi restaurants better than other
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
sushi restaurants.
We have a chain of them really nice ones in Northern California that really can't be beat. I haven't been to a place
Yeah.
outside
Well,
of
Uchi
that.
is really
So
good. I mean,
But I think it's a chef and making sure you get the quality in and making sure you're it's like at home. When you go to the grocery
What's
store.
that amazing sushi place in San Diego?
Yeah,
that was incredible. That place.
it is, and those guys go they got a guy in Japan that buys it nightly. I'm not nightly, but weekly. He's buying the best fish. It's Sino Sushi.
Yeah, that place was special.
Amazing. Yeah, really good.
What about Dallas? You been anywhere in Dallas?
Dallas there's a great place called the Mexican, which I didn't know. Someone recommended it to me, and I was like, you got any good restaurants to go to in Dallas? And he was like, the Mexican. I'm like, which one? But it's called the Mexican, and it's incredible. It's a really good, it's good quality.
My mother lives there, and my
sister.
sister.
They serve pizza at the Mexican.
And they go, I go there, but I like downtown. I mean, there's a couple of spots I like. I just don't know the names of them, but I like.
The one thing I've learned is there's great steaks in Texas. Really is. It takes it to another. I've been American food bashing, but I will give it back. It's like, well, you cannot get a steak like that in Britain. And it's like, maybe an island, but the Irish are really good at. There's some really good steak joints, but in Texas, it's like another level.
Brazil, good steak.
Yeah,
Have you been down to what's it called when they do it all the horses? No, I mean the
ranches.
no, the
Stockyard?
Yeah, Stockyard.
Oh yeah, the stockyards. That's a good day out. Billy Bob's, the big honky tonk bar there, is a lot of fun.
Have you done that?
Yeah. Yeah, and apparently there's a place there where you can just get on the bulls. They have like a bull riding thing when
They have that here too, because Kush and Alex went bull riding. Just showed up, signed a form, and jumped on a bull.
At like a rodeo?
Yeah.
Wow.
No, they do that. Yeah, would you do that? Would you get on?
Yeah,
a bull?
well, do you know what I'm actually doing? I'm actually pitching a show right now. I'm working with these two YouTubers, social media guys are called Woody and Klein, who are really big in the UK. They've got like 50 million followers worldwide. And we've come up with a concept for a television show called Brave or Stupid. And the idea is that me and these guys will go around, if you think of those guys as like the Jackass boys, and then me as like Anthony Bourdain, and then have a car crash of a TV show, I'll be going around trying to find the kind of, the history and the thing of all these different extreme sports around the world, and they'll be trying them out, and obviously I'll be trying them out. We're going to go everywhere from like, the backyard kind of rodeos and stuff, so they'll try out being rodeo clowns. I'll probably get on and, have a go and see what it's like to bull ride and things, and then we'll go all over the world. Like there's, in Japan, they have the stone lifting competition where there's this like little villages where it was like the guy that could lift the longest, the heaviest stone and take it would be chief of the town.
Wow.
And they still have this tradition and things. And then the armored combat rings, when they got literally a UFC ring and people are in full knight armor smashing each other with swords. The idea is we're going to go around and just, even the World Ultimate Slap Championships, and we'll get involved in all these different sports. There's even a pillow fighting league and things like that, where people are in the ring hitting each other with pillows. But the idea is to kind of like to go in there and kind of find these competitors and hang out with them, find out why they do it, and also get under the skin of the
I
sport
definitely
as well.
think that would work. Cause you watch ESPN now. It's funny some of the shows they have on there now, and that would be a good one. I know that when they rode the cows, that was pretty cool to do. I don't know if I'd do it.
I almost did, and I'm like, no, I'm out.
Yeah, the bulls. It's always.
Well, in Spain they have bull leaping as well. You got bull fighting and stuff, but they have this competition once a year where these guys like bulls and they leap over the bull, and whoever can clear it, and even bystanders. The tradition is on the first day, a lot of the volunteers from the crowd would just lay down on the gate. And then this bull just leaps over them. There's people get injured every time it's on. But
So the bull leaps over you, or you leap over the bull?
the bull leaps over. They leap over the bull. But at the beginning, the bull will leap over the people.
What about, have you ever done that one? What's that called when you're running with the bulls?
The running with bulls. Oh yeah, no, I haven't done that. That's in Spain, isn't it? And then they also have the tomato festival as well, where they'll throw in the tomatoes and things. But yeah, I just want to get into all of these kind of like lesser known extreme sports. Like in Bangladesh, they have their national sport is kabaddi. You ever heard of kabaddi?
No.
Kabaddi is like when we were kids, we used to play this thing called British Bulldog. You guys might call it something different, but it was like when you would have all the kids in the playground at one end of the playground, and then one guy is on, and you have to run to the other end of the playground. Whoever that guy catches is then with you. So by the end, to win it, you have to be the last one. But you imagine when there's only like 3 or 4 of you left, and there's 20 people trying to rugby tackle you to the ground on like concrete. It's a brutal sport. In Bangladesh, that's their national sport. Wow. It's basically the size of a tennis court with a halfway line. And there's like five on five on each side, and it's called kabaddi because you have one breath. So you breathe in and you go kabaddi, 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 and you have one guy will go to the other side. As soon as he crosses that line, he has to tag somebody on that side and get back to his side. And if he does that, that person's out. But they have to wrestle him to the ground. And it's really brutal. They're literally headlocks, high tackles, slamming it, and they've got no armor. It's like American football. They're just literally just in their shorts. And so the idea is to knock out the other team. And that's in Bangladesh. So, the point is, like, you guys have never even heard of it. I want to make a show where we, like, bring these kind of things and get under the skin of why people do these kind of extreme sports.
Have you ever played Bloody Knuckles?
No, never heard of that one.
Greg, you played it?
Oh, yeah.
So, maybe teach Clive that. You would get the card.
Oh, the cards. Yeah, we used to do that with it. Yeah.
That's the most dangerous game. I think no. You took the cards and you would go like this.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't ever do it with
Oh
cards.
yeah, you would do like whoever the lowest score, and then you get the. Have you ever done it?
No.
And you take and you take the cards and you would actually scrape somebody's knuckles up. That's about the most dangerous sport I ever did. And that's when I was like a kid. We were playing Bloody Knuckles.
Bloody Knuckles.
So maybe that would be part of it. You could look that up. And you could do that. That'd be part of the show.
I'm sure there is. I'm sure there is probably a Bloody Knuckles league out there somewhere where people take it seriously for money.
Man, I think that'd be a great show. Is there any other things you would do? Besides.
That's what I mean. Like Dana White's got that Ultimate Slap Championships where people stand there and slap. Yeah, that's what I mean. I'll get these Woody and Kleiny, my guys. They'll go up and find out what it's like to train as a slap master or whatever. But I'm interested in what makes someone do that for a living and go, do you know what? That's what I'm going to be. I'm going to be this guy. I'm going to be the world champion slapper.
Right.
You know, Ellie does that. Ellie's the girl that I brought to Vegas, or didn't bring her to Vegas. Excuse me, I don't want to say that, but she's a slap.
Oh, that's right.
She's a reporter for that. The girl that whenever I couldn't walk to get her at the pool, and you at the party, and you went and got her for me.
The one that you met her when we were there, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
The one that was hung out with us for a couple hours, and you got in your podcast. I want to shout out to this girl who took care of me whole time I was in Vegas, and Jennifer's home going, "Oh, Ron's gonna give me a shout out." Her name was Ellie. What? You mean? It's speechless.
Doesn't sound like
I have
Ron
no
at all.
comment, but the girl's a blonde, and she's very talented. So the Trent's birthday party, what a great time that was.
Yeah, it was.
Did you have a good time?
I did. Shout out to Trent. Oh, yeah, that was a great time, and that was so much on. Did you go to we did the race car driving as well?
Yeah.
Lucy got whiplash.
Oh,
I didn't know
Crazy.
that.
You got, yeah. Michael Monroe. I'm sure it was Michael Monroe coming up behind, slammed into the back of it. Because these go karts we did, they were like, I don't know, they're not Formula One go karts, but they were quick.
Yeah.
And we were all, half of us were driving on hangovers.
Did you go on to Greg or not?
I did not. Nope. Nope.
nope.
Yeah, Vegas is Trent's. So how did we all meet? How does?
Before you move on, shout out to Trent, but also shout out to Dax.
Yeah. Dash is, yeah.
Dash going to West Point. Not into West Point.
Boom. I mean, that's
Yeah.
quite a feat. I mean, he's going to have an
Big.
amazing experience.
Yeah.
I think some of the people he'll meet there will be
Oh,
life.
he's set for life. That's right.
Yeah.
What? How did we all meet? Now, what you
Well, it
remember?
all came from the NASCAR, really. I mean, Taken, when I was in Taken, season 2 of Taken, we had Ryan Blaney come on, and he was going to be a stunt driver. I had this really cool episode of Taken where Ryan was he was driving in a Ford, and I'm just hanging out the side of the window, firing, blank firing machine guns on a closed road in Toronto. So it was like 2:00 in the morning, ice cold, and they closed the freeway in Toronto for us. And I remember Ryan and me were driving in this car, just getting ready to film, because they had what they call a Russian arm. So they have this truck which has a camera on this massive crane that can kind of go right level with you on the side of the car and come up around. So the camera's kind of like 360 around the car. And they're getting ready for this shot. And I remember we went past like a steelworks, and everyone's clocking in for the day. And like even Ryan, we were both going, we get to do this for a living. Isn't that cool? Someone's closed a freeway, and we're about to drive fast cars, shoot guns, chasing this massive big rig, which has got all the bad guys. The back of the big rig opens, they're firing machine guns out. I've got Ryan Blaney, a NASCAR driver, driving in the car, and I'm getting out the side of the car, hanging out with basically using the seatbelt as a kind of lasso so I don't fall out in the middle of the freeway at kind of 80 miles an hour or something. Firing machine guns. It was incredible. So that's how I kind of got into, and the payoff was Ryan comes and is a player in my show, and I get to drive the pace car at the NASCAR. And Trent rang me, and he was like, I got my buddy Greg is at the NASCAR. When you're down there, just give him a call. And obviously you go, yeah, of course I will, but I'm British, and I'm not just going to ring some guy I've never met and be like, hey, I'm Trent's friend. I should have done the first time, because now I know this man, he would have just been like, come and hang out. But so the second time I go to NASCAR, by that point we've met through Trent, and then
We did dinner in Phoenix was the first time I think I laid eyes on you.
yeah.
That's
When
fun.
we were, I think, was that him?
Yeah, I think so. Probably in that steak in what's the steakhouse called? Not Manor, I don't know. One of those steakhouses. That we always
Wasn't that the thing? Who was it? So it was me and
Jay
driver
White.
and Jay White, and we fell off the end of the stool. It was basically a really long table.
Yeah.
Really long table, and then obviously chairs on one side
Yeah,
and
and they
one
kicked us
bench
out.
on the other. And we're on the end, and we're just like, we're laughing and joking. And we slipped off the edge of the bench and fell on top of each other, and the manager thought we were fighting each
Manager
other.
kicked us out.
Yeah, and he was like, you all got to leave, because he thought we were brawling in the corner of the restaurant.
Yeah, I'm sure Jay White was part of that. I've seen him get tossed from a few places.
I think he does it right before the check comes.
Weird.
Have you talked to Jay White at all?
It's America's guest. He's America's hooligan.
That's right.
Yeah.
Have you talked to Jay White at all?
I haven't seen him in ages. This is the first time I've been out to see you guys in about 2 years. Yeah.
Jay's awesome. He called me the other day. There's only one like him.
There's only one, that's for sure.
Did he call you for investments or something?
Oh yeah. He was he was just at a race. He was at a truck race. I forgot where. But I was there, but I didn't get there till later. We're going to Texas race. Jay White probably be there.
Yeah, I don't know. Sigs, I don't know if he gets
Chuck's
to be there.
Friday. Saturday's Xfinity, or O'Reilly.
Oh, that's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I need to go down and see my mom. When I go down there, I'll call you. I'm gonna go down there probably after Mother's Day.
Yeah.
Because she's great. I mean, she's great, but she's 86 now.
Yeah, it's awesome. I just left my mama, 85.
And it's funny how I guess she's got somebody helping her cutting the grass, washing the car,
Yeah.
Doing all your chores.
doing all my chores. Yeah, so I'm really excited about
What
that.
chore did you have when you were a kid? Did you have like when you were young? What was the chore you remember that you had to do like weekly?
Mine was, emptying the dishwasher, making sure my room was clean.
Yeah.
Yeah, not much.
It's tough now. The kids, it's like they don't use to put them to work to actually do something. That's why I think it's like think about all the chores I used to do, like just to kind of like me and my brother would go out on the street and just be like, me and my dad would give us like £5 to go and buy a bucket and a sponge, and like go and wash some cars. And you're like, you would spend all day and probably make £5 to pay for the bucket, but you would go out and it's like, ooh.
Oh, what you got?
Cajun chicken pasta. We're gonna eat it here, maybe. We just got to. I don't
Okay.
want to eat them more on camera. But I'm.
I always had to do the dishes and to cut the grass. That was my two things. Then my grandmother would make me. I never forget, for a quarter I would have to clean the steps. But then if I didn't do it, see, the more the problem was is where I got a little in me a little bit, which is bad, a little spoiled. But my mother goes, just don't worry about doing I'll get all that. You go out and have fun. So a lot of times I could skip out. My dad though, he was a strict guy.
Yeah.
So
My chore was to stay out of jail.
yeah. Well, if you had one,
Good place to start.
if you had, hey Clive, if you had one question to ask me, what would it be? If you had one question to ask me, what would it be?
If I had one question to ask you, what would it be? What's the best food on your menu? What should I order?
There you go. That's a great question. I would, all depends what you move for. Cajun chicken pastas are one of the #1 sellers. The fillets are really good. They're certified black Angus beef.
The new Wagyu burger.
A new Wagyu burger, what I just gave Craig. I love, right now I'm on the spinach walnut ravioli.
Nice.
And I've been
That is yummy.
Yeah, I've been eating that. I don't know if it's healthy, but that's my go-to right now. I think food is what you're in the mood for. Do you go to restaurants, you thinking you know what you're going to eat before you go there, or do you go?
I have this thing as well. Lately I keep thinking to myself, I'll go in, I'll know what I want, and then I've got to learn to, pardon the pun, go with my gut. Because I'll go in and I'll go, oh, maybe I want that. And then it's that food envy thing. And then it comes and I'm like, that's what I wanted from the beginning and why I've ended up with this. It's like just when I arrived at Charlotte, I remember sneaking into that Rocky Chocolate Company or whatever it is. And I knew what I wanted. I saw this bear paw thing with chocolate and nuts. And I was like, that's what I want. And then I went, I'll try the orange blossom caramel. What was I thinking? And I was like, I found myself going, and as soon as I put it in my mouth, I'm like, I don't want this, I wanted that. Just go with your gut, go with what you want.
I like sometimes eat with Lauren because she'll go like, he wants at Zapatas, he wants the shrimp, all vegetables, right? No beans, no rice, right? But she doesn't say the one thing that I will eat every one of them, and that's those damn tortillas, right?
Yeah.
So try and eat healthy. Next thing you know, there's 4 tortillas. I'm eating those tortillas like that. So do you look at a menu like that, or you could you just go anywhere on a menu?
Well, I eat anything. That's the thing. That's again, when we're talking about being young, the one bad habit I've got, which I thought was a good habit, and I said it to my own kids as well, is I was always told never to leave anything on my plate. If you've got it on your plate, you finish it. Especially if you wanted
kids in China.
If you wanted what we call pudding, dessert, you're like, if you want pudding, you've got to finish everything. Doesn't matter. But then you come to America and your portion sizes are so big compared to what they are. Right. I find myself still going, I've got to finish this. And like Lucy's like, you don't have to. And I'm like, there's still a part of me just going, nope. I can hear my granddad. He was the worst one.
But Greg, what do you eat here? I mean, what's your go-to here?
Well, I mean, I like at night I get lobster tails with off the menu fettuccine Alfredo.
Nice.
With some broccoli. Daytime, I love your soups every day. It's whatever soup of the day is, which I wonder what it is today. Cajun chicken
corn
pasta.
chowder.
I tell you what you need to do. You need to steal the recipe for Jen's beef bourguignon. I was talking when I was kind of coming up to stay with Greg. I was a couple of years ago. They threw a dinner party and they had this beef bourguignon, and I still think about it. And I texted and I was like, "Jen's cooking," and I was like, "Oh, I remember that beef bourguignon she cooked." And he was like, "Guess what you're having?"
She'd
We
already
had it
started.
last
She'd
night.
already started.
It's incredible. It's so rich. It's so meaty. You need to get that on the menu. It needs to be Jen's beef bourguignon at Red Rocks.
Yeah.
If she'll give you the secret recipe for it, because it's incredible.
Run as a feature.
Yeah.
What about, see, I'm saying that I go to restaurants, I know what I'm going to eat pretty much. Like there's every restaurant, I always get tuna usually at like 131 Main, I'll get the tuna, and I know the 3 choices I'm going to make before I get there, kind of.
I had tuna at your house the other night.
Yeah, we had a chef come over. It was kind of interesting, and
Little adventure.
a little tuna, asparagus,
Yeah.
no dessert. It was good for health.
Right.
There was no appetizer, no dessert.
You say that, there's a lot of mercury in tuna these days.
right.
Yep.
Yeah, you have to watch yourself. It's fine, a little bit now in moderation, but yeah, too much tuna. Because the thing is, people go for tuna because they think it's healthy and it's got low fat, but if you have too much of it, heavy metals in it are really bad these days because it's at the top of the food chain in the sea. So anything like that, dolphins, tunas, and things, the small fish eat the bigger fish, the bigger fish eat the small fish, and the bigger fish eat those, and and so on and so on and so on. And tuna, by the time it's eaten all of that, there's so much metal in the ocean, so much mercury it's all ingested into that tuna. And you're
I don't know. Maybe we should do a show on that, how the big fish eat the little
Baby
fish,
fish.
eat the big fish. Well, I know Greg's got to go. He's got a big date
Got
today.
an itinerary, tight itinerary.
I mean, I know hopefully I get an invitation maybe for the burger or something over there.
Something.
You
Yeah.
you have been invited. I told you, come over Sunday.
Yeah, I know. I appreciate it. Well, the time's the race on 3.
Sunday.
3
it is.
o'clock. Yeah, we'll be watching the race over there. And
Basketball.
some NBA, some hockey, playing the pool, grill up some burgers. Come on.
Well, I tell you, Clive, you've been an incredible person in my life, and I think your energy is really always a 10. A lot of people walk in a room and you smile, and you have that and that it factor in life. And a lot of people don't have that it factor. They're good people, but I just saying for me to you, when you walked in, you have that it factor. Greg has the it factor too as well.
Heat for sure.
So you make people happy, and I appreciate even doing the lines we did in Vendetta and everything we've done.
Cocaine. What was that kind of the lines we did?
Excuse me. I'm saying like when you taught me how you did the lines.
That's why he's always got so much energy.
But I tell you, you're a very special person, and I'm glad you even to text me or Instagram, whatever we did, and said you want to be on the show. We appreciate having you. And Brent, thanks for coming in. I know 10:30 is early for you. So.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, and to go with what you said, I mean, with just meeting Clive, just the charisma of the storytelling and everything else like that, it's capturing to where you just want to hear more and more and more. So I'm excited
You
for
should
the
hear him read
shows
kids'
coming up.
books. It's crazy.
I know. I'm just like.
He reads these books to my kids, and I go, "Well, shit, I can't. How am I supposed to follow that?
Level up to
A
that.
different character and voice for every one." I'm like, "Oh,
And shout out to Lucy too for putting up with you too as well.
Lucy."
Just to return the thing, I mean, you guys, I love you guys as friends, and it's one of your phrases. I think it's really nice that you've taught me as well. It's like the friendship is always a bank. Sometimes
That's right.
you put deposits, sometimes you cash some out, and it's like, and you guys are so generous, and I love hanging out with you guys. And you've, I went through a miserable divorce years ago, and I got through it because of guys like you guys. I mean, I really couldn't have done. And things you couldn't make my wedding, but I made a big speech about you.
Aw, damn.
Because this is what it was. You guys really came out of nowhere, and it's like you actually made me into the man I am today, who was able to marry Lucy, because Lucy was fortunate to meet that Clive rather than the mess of a man I was probably 5 years ago, and that's a lot of that.
Well,
building those stones back up was dead to do.
We all made mistakes in our lives, and just as long as we're all keep getting better and better, that's my goal in life: is become a better man every day.
Well,
Thanks,
tabletop.
guys.
Tabletop.
Episode
Say
seven- first Friday morning one, episode 76.
Episode 76.
76.
Yep.
There you go.
Keeping them rolling. No, thank you, Clive.
Thanks.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks, man.
Appreciate it.
Thanks,
Bye,
Brett and
y'all.
Chrissy. Oh, you got to hit our song. Okay, there you go.
There we go.
All right.
Table talk.
Wow.
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, everybody, for tuning in.
Ron, it's another fantastic evening at Red Rocks. I love coming to your restaurant. The friendly service, the atmosphere, this place has it all.
Well, we have something for everyone, Mike. We can have a steak, you can have pasta, we have seafood, we have a kids menu. We have everything you need.
Well, thanks, Ron. Really appreciate you.
Red Rocks Cafe, newly renovated. Your complete dining experience.
Hey, Austin.
Hey guys, mind if I sit with you?
Absolutely.
What should I do with this?
Put it over there by my two.